Wanna play me some games? Wait, what? What? That doesn't make sense. But okay. Boss bell.
Welcome, mortal. Are you prepared to be destroyed?
Can we skip this?
Yes, we can. Just press start and skip and get to the awesome battle.
Okay, let's press start. It's already over. What the hell? His name was Troll and he brings an amazing comments. I cannot reply to this guy. Such intelligence, he always comes back for more. How do you defeat him? Leave me a comment about that. Here we go. This is gonna be a battle against HerpyDerqy. Do a very respectable PO banner, and he's gonna decide to just lead off with Frosty Tooth. I'm gonna decide to lead off with my Zork disguised as my dragon, my Goliath. I'm gonna decide to U-turn being Scarf and all, super effective damage. Of course, this is all obvious stuff. Just gonna go to Spiritual Ogre, predicting the lovely kiss, lesbian scenes going around, of course. And to make everything more spicy, I decide to go to rated M for mature and pretty much go from there. One Pokemon is already asleep. I did predict the Ice Beam or the lovely kiss from that Jinx. That's pretty much the reason I go to Jellicent. Switching out to rated M for mature to put up the rocks, pretty much to get some gyro ball damage if he does decide to switch out, knowing that the Glyguy cannot really touch me without a setup set. And I'm not seeing the setup here. I'm seeing the Stealth Rocks, I'm seeing the Roost, gives me a guarantee knowing he does not run the immunity poison. That's definitely a beneficial thing for me because this rated M does run Toxic. Now I was kind of thinking he's going to switch out to a certain Pokemon such as Empoleon to absorb the Toxic, so I didn't want to go for it. So I decided to Lead Seed this turn, predicting a certain switch, but he actually switches out to Lopunny, and Lopunny being all dancing, gonna go to Spiritual Ogre, of course, being asleep and all. I want to scout, being that my Spiritual Ogre is already asleep, I'm thinking if there's one Pokemon that's not gonna serve me any purpose, it's this actual Pokemon. Or we're gonna see, who knows, maybe it's gonna serve some purpose, how can I know, right? Gengar is gonna come here, I'm gonna double switch knowing he's gonna double switch, hopefully double switch to Gengar, and that's exactly what he does. That is definitely a beneficial thing because I know for a fact that if a Gengar is a more defensive spread, I don't know, I've been seeing Gengars running max HP for some reason, I really don't know why. I know the majority of them run sub, that is why I go to rated M, because I want to break those subs. I don't want my Ghost type to be a setup fodder for this Gengar that can, super effect hit and maybe even 2-hit kill, yeah, definitely 2-hit kill my Ghost. So he unfortunately misses with Focus Blast. Unfortunately, that is going to prove to be a very good thing on my side because his Gyro Ball is going to be a straight 1-hit kill after that. And was that a crit? I didn't even know. I didn't even check. I believe that that wasn't even a crit, but here he actually over predicts. I guess he was choice in some way and he couldn't risk the chance of me switching out and taking the close combat to my Ghost type, I guess. But really, to be perfectly honest, I still believe that is way too early, and my team cannot really take on his Terrakion. I don't have too many fast Pokemon, so that was the biggest threat downtown. My team's future looks bright, and you may ask us, so why is this over here and this over there? The answer is, does it matter? Yeah, I'm just gonna high jump kick, predicting him to switch out. If he stays in, he's gonna get dead meat. But he decides to go to Gligar, takes my move like a champ. Gligar is a champ. I'm just gonna switch out to rated M for mature. The biggest mistake on his part was forgetting the Stealth Rocks are up, so Jinx would have been taken down, and High Jump would have missed, which means crashing, and that means Medicham being taken down by his own move. So that was a mistake, but we're gonna see if that mistake, if he can actually go past that mistake and make it work in some way, shape or form. We're gonna see. Who knows, this is a player that likes playing creative at times, and you're gonna see in a second. Pretty much the reason I'm uploading this, because the battle wasn't the greatest, but there was a certain move that you don't see every day, and it's quite unique, and it's very effective if you know how to use it. So, you know, just the old shenanigans. That is why I'm not talking about the game too much. You know, Gligar versus Natori, you know the drill. We have already been here, done that. Lead seeding the Empoleon, so we are kind of like a step ahead. That is definitely a future thing for our team. Switching out to Spiritomb to wake up. Why not? This is pretty much the perfect opportunity, knowing the Empoleon is not offensive. It's not running like a really weird random grass knot. Who knows? He's not running that, so I'm just gonna well, he's gonna roar me away as I try to wake up. Elite is still up there, so my team still has that upper hand. Plus, it's not like his Pokemon can do much. It's not my Goliath, it's actually my Zork, again disguised as my dragon. So I decided to go for the U-turn, switch back to Spiritomb. Maybe he's gonna go for the Toxic, thinking that I am the actual dragon. Yes, that's exactly what he does. But now he's in a pinch. Litseed is doing more and more and more and more, and Empoleon is not known for having you know, instant recovery moves such as recover, slack off, and so on. So he's gonna decide to switch out, being in a very bad spot. Gonna decide to switch out to Lopunny, and now I'm like, well, my Pokemon is already asleep, so he may as well just screw it up even more. So here we go, Lopunny, switcheroo, and I believe now have the Choice Scarf. So that can actually work. Who knows? I'm just gonna go for the Scald. I'm gonna be locked into Scald, but that's the thing he doesn't know yet. Maybe he's thinking I'm gonna go for the Toxic or something random, so he cannot switch to his Jinx. Jinx being, but then again, yeah, Stealth Rocks are gonna take down the Jinx, so there's no question about that. He cannot switch out his Jinx yet. When I say yet, you're gonna see this is gonna be interesting. So he's gonna decide to Toxic, knowing that eventually I'm gonna wake up, and unfortunately I'm gonna wake up on the 4th turn. I would have still preferred the 5th. Who knows, maybe he would have not been seeing it coming, you know, wait to wake up. Maybe I'm gonna wake up like 9th turn. Nah. Of course, poison doing its toll. I'm locked now, I'm Scarf, I'm super fast, which is super funny because this thing should supposed to be very slow. I'm just gonna Scald away, and Lopunny, I believe he's gonna take this Scald like a real champ. That damage was pathetic. But poison now, and this is the reason he goes to his Lopunny. You may think, well, it's dead. No, he goes for the Healing Wish. Now, back in the 4th generation, Healing Wish was going after the Stealth Rock damage. Now, in the 5th generation, Healing Wish actually got a certain boost. Now, what am I talking about? Healing Wish recovers, and then you get the Stealth Rock's damage. So as you can see, this Jinx is gonna get all the HP back. Healing Wish does recover you from all the status. As long as the Pokemon is still alive, it even recovers you from the freeze and returns all your lost HP. As you can see, Stealth Rock damage after that. I'm pretty sure few of the people didn't know the change in Healing Wish from the 5th to the well, through the 4th to the 5th. So this is definitely a great information. He's gonna Ice Beam. I'm gonna decide to go to Spiritomb to take it and just go down, you know, knowing that I'm not gonna allow this Jinx to, yeah, well, again, I did go to Natori to be a Sleep Father now that I think about it, but I'm not gonna allow this Jinx to rage through my team. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Zork. Again, this guy is a Goliath. This one, this switch was kind of predictable, so he does know I'm a Zork. So thinking I'm gonna go for special move this turn, and like 9 days or Dark Pulse. He is actually specially defensive Gligar. I'm gonna decide to U-turn, predicting to switch out. If he does not switch out, U-turn is gonna take him down, and I'm still gonna get a switch in. Thinking that this one, you know, being specially defensive, he lacks speed. I'm just gonna Ice Beam away. Even if he does switch out the Empoleon, he doesn't have the Aqua Jet, so there's no chance about it. Plus Aqua Jet is still low base. I can easily outspeed. To my surprise, this one is actually running max special attack modest, and because I'm running timid, I'm still thinking, you know, with elements up there running super effective, I still think it's all about speed at this point. and it proves to be quite useful in this case, taking down the Jinx, and an Earth Power taking down the Empoleon. I believe this is gonna be his last Pokemon, and that was the game for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave me a like, leave me a comment what you think about Healing Wish. I think it's an excellent move that people should abuse it a little bit more. That's gonna be all for today. Stay well, and until next time, take care.